Yo, we go the distance, across the waters, teach our people, this is a mission. 12 tribes worldwide, this is redemption. Yeah, this is redemption. This is redemption. We go the distance, across the waters, teach our people, this is a mission. 12 tribes worldwide, this is redemption. Yeah, this is redemption. This is redemption. We on our way, Sierra Leone, I'm on a flight. How about the plane? What did you say? Israel unite. Think it's a game, now we ain't playing, we here to fight. Can't run away, cause we've been called, this is our plight. Got the kingdom in sight. Pack on my Bible to build up disciples, the acts of the apostle, we back. Choosing the ministry over necessity, we got our people on track. Passport, nah, I need a new one, ain't got no more room to stamp. Exalt our voice, preach the kingdom till our lung collapse. I got so much to do, I got so much to prove. Taking my body, putting it on.
You are now live.
Applying pressure to the pedal breaking. Lord know we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people, we been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum, they can't be replicated. Get medicated, this that Psalms 10780. We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs, can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron, but we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs, I'm resuscitated. Precepts, the only P we pushing in this hitting harder than a desert eagle pulling. Hit the earth with the line, let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind, heard this word and we forsook 'em. If it's no more rent, we raising up the 12. They say the truth hurts, so we labor and travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale, talking truth, taking the kingdom in the gates of wicked hell. Like I'm a put on the bus. Truth got my mind, I'm feeling renewed every day. Giving sight to the blind, it's something we do every day. And I don't care if what I'm saying make you feel away. Yeah, let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk truth. Yeah, hear what I'm saying. Let's go inside the book. Let me go make it plain.
Welcome back. Let's talk truth. Hey, you got myself, Captain Emmanuel, to my right.
Officer Baruch.
His right.
Officer Jonah.
To my left.
Officer Jeremy.
To his left.
Soldier.
Newbie!
Soldier die.
All praise to the Most High.
Yokum.
Where you from, bruh?
Yokum.
I'm originally from Texarkana.
From where?
TK.
Texarkana.
See, y'all might thinking that he doing some Negro, like I'm from Texas and Arkansas because I was born here and I was right. No, it's an actual place on the planet Earth called Texarkana. Guess where it's at? On the border, or on both sides of each border of the state of Texas and the state of Arkansas.
This is America.
So, that's where this brother is from. So he can't say he a Texan. He can't say he a Arkansan.
Right.
He's a Texarkansan. All praise to the
Why
Most
did it sound bit?
He built different.
Right.
Wow.
He built, this brother built different.
What?
All praise to the
sound
Most High.
like he from
Welcome
Tuesday.
to the show, Ak. Welcome to the show. All praise to the Lord.
Yeah, all praises.
All praise. So looking y'all. Hey, that's looking y'all. Listen, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead. Turn the algorithm up. All right, get it going. Share it. Spread the word. Today we talking about the truth about Babylon, part 4.
That's
The fourth installment of the series, and today we dealing with American idols. I'm not Ryan Seacrest. This ain't what's his name? Simon.
yeah.
This ain't this Randy.
That is Randy.
That ain't Paula.
Hell no.
Nah, all praise to the Most High. Cause I know we familiar, and the fact that they made a show called that,
Damn.
just show you like they don't have
they
no
just-
regard
yeah.
for the Most High God.
Hell no.
But what we talking about is, remember, this the truth about Babylon. One of the main. Let's go ahead. Let's open up with Proverbs. I think I'm jumping the whole gun. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 6.
Hear, for I will speak of excellent things.
Come on.
And the opening of my lips shall be right things.
Read.
For my mouth shall speak truth.
For what?
For my mouth shall speak truth.
Let's talk truth.
And wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
I'll pray to the most. See, you know, the Texas of the text, right? You gotta slow it down. We're not gonna look in the drink in my cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Nah, bro, you gotta speed it up. Put the drink down.
Come on now,
Speed
dog.
it up.
Repent.
I'll pray to the Most High. But let's get into the topic real quick. Revelation 11 and 8. This is how we know that we living in Babylon the Great. In Christianity, they don't break this down. They don't show you this. They don't know what America is biblically named.
Right.
Prophetically. They don't know. So it's our job to talk truth and let you know where you at according to God. All right? Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie. Their dead bodies.
The dead bodies is referring to the spiritually dead Israelites.
Right.
The Israelites that are unconscious of who they are, where they come from, and who their God is. Go ahead.
Shall lie in the streets of the great city.
Of the what?
Of the great city.
So right in this verse, it don't put a name to this great city. But in this book, it does. Go to chapter 14, verse 8 real quick.
Break it out.
Let's see what this great city is called. Read that.
Chapter 14 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is falling, that great city.
That what?
That great city.
So Babylon is the name of the great city. So go back to Revelation 11 and 8. Remember, this is
That's
the
a
truth
fire
about
precept right
Babylon.
there.
Read that.
Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city,
Read.
which is spiritually called Sodom.
So Babylon the Great is spiritually called Sodom. And we went over that, right? About how it's, you know, the land of the, what did it say? The land of the free and the home of the gays. You understand? That's why it's spiritually called Sodom, because of the sexual liberation that you have here.
Right.
Right? If you were a feminine Arabian, you can't be over there in Saudi Arabia, you know, walking with a switch. Your ass gonna die.
With your head.
But you can come to America and do what you want to do. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Go ahead. Spiritually called what?
Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
And what?
And Egypt.
In Egypt. Now we know, watch this, go to Judah chapter 5, verse 11. The reason why that we understand that America is spiritual Egypt, the main reason why is because the Egyptian civilization established their power, their economy. A lot of the pyramids was built off the backs of the Israelites. Right? Free slave labor. Read what you got.
Verse 11.
Come on.
Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtilly with them.
Read.
And bought them low with laboring in brick.
Read.
And made them the slave.
And made them what?
Slaves.
It made them slaves.
Damn.
That's what happened to the Israelites in America.
got it.
You understand? Because we live in spiritual Egypt.
Right.
So, but this is the thing. Like, when you deal with spiritual Sodom, right? We understand that it's going into the homosexuality. But also, when you read Ezekiel 16:49, the pride, the abominations, you understand it don't. The buck just don't stop with the gay stuff in identifying it as spiritual Sodom, right?
Right.
And also, when it come to Egypt, they did establish the society of the slaves being the Israelites. But also, it's another reason why it's called spiritual Egypt. Let's get that first link. Put that on the screen. Come on. Come on.
Hey, scroll back
Let's
up to the
read
top.
Let's read the top.
Egyptian gods.
Egyptian what?
Egyptian gods.
So Egyptian. So when you think about Egypt, right? They did not have no one God. You understand?
Right.
They had many gods. Many gods in the land of Egypt. right? Go ahead.
The complete list.
And it's a long list. All right, so let's scroll down. Let's read that.
The gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt were an integral part integral part of the people's everyday lives for over 3,000 years.
So the gods, and I want y'all to pay close attention, all right? Because in order for y'all to understand where we're going with this, y'all got to put it into perspective. So back then in civilization, in the Egyptian civilization, a part of the people's everyday lives, meaning every day, they had some type of devotion or interaction or some type of admiration given to thousands of gods and goddesses, right? So see, in our Christian ideology, this is impossible. You understand? But when you put it into perspective, that's what the so-called Christians in the earth today, they doing the same exact thing.
Right.
In the spiritual Egypt, which is Babylon today,
That's
they're doing
right.
the exact same thing. Watch, read on.
There were over 2,000 deities in the Egyptian pantheon.
So they had over what?
2,000 deities in the Egyptian pantheon.
They had over 2,000 gods. Read.
Many whose names are well known.
And they had some that were more known than others. Read.
Isis,
Uh-huh.
Osiris, Horus, Amun, Ra, Hathor, Bastet, Thoth, Anubis, and Ptah, among others. But many more or less so who were also important.
So it was levels to it, right? So you had gods that was popular that you still hear about to this day, that's honored and reverenced within the Greek. Ironically, why the Greeks worship the Egyptians? You understand?
Right.
But it's all demonic. That's
Right.
that's the reason being, right? But it's some Egyptian gods that's more famous than others. All right, but nevertheless, it was over 2,000. Go ahead.
The more famous gods became state deities, while others were associated with a specific region or, in some cases, a ritual or role.
So watch this. So there was famous guys that became state deities, meaning they were big in, you know what I'm saying, over a mass area. But some were more local. Right? So you had nationwide, you had global,
Right.
you had statewide, you had local, you know what I'm saying, to get a little buzz in the city. That's how it was with the gods and goddesses of Egypt. Go ahead.
The goddess Quebec, for example, is a little known deity who offered cool water to the souls of the dead as they awaited judgment in the afterlife.
So the only way that you're gonna deal with that goddess, but nevertheless it's a goddess. But the only reason why you would want to deal with her is dealing with that in the afterlife, right? If you lose somebody and you like, dang, he probably going to hell, I'm gonna pray for Quebec to give him some water. You understand? But it's just for that specific, that little itch you want to scratch. You got a goddess for that. Go ahead.
And Seshat was the goddess of written words and specific measurements, overshadowed by Thoth, the better known god of writing and patron of scribes.
So it was levels. It was levels to it. Go ahead.
Ancient Egyptian culture grew out of an understanding of these deities and the vital role they played in the immortal journey of every human being.
Scroll down.
The gods evolved from an animistic belief system to one which was highly anthropomorphic and imbued with magic. Heka was the god
All right,
of...
scroll down real quick. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. All right, scroll back up. That one right there. These gods.
These gods all had names.
So all the gods had names. Go ahead.
Individual personalities and characteristics.
So all the gods of Egypt had individual personalities and characteristics, right? They had something about them that was different, that stood out. Some type of flair, some type of attraction. Go ahead.
Wore different kinds of clothing.
They had different fashion. You know what I'm saying? They was known for different fashion trends. Right? Go ahead.
held different objects as sacred,
Read.
presided over their own domains.
Like when it say held different objects is sacred, and I ain't trying to jump the gun, but you know, like some, let's say artists, they might wear a chain with a diamond on it, but that stands for their record label. So it's sacred. If you snatch that chain, somebody gonna hurt.
Right.
Somebody gonna get hurt. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So depending on the god, it was certain objects that was sacred. Like today, you got artists, whatever symbolize they record label or they gang or whatever, they put diamonds on it and they wear it around their neck for you to know that it has a sacred, significant meaning to them. You understand? The gods of Egypt did the same thing. Go ahead.
presided over their own domains of influence.
Their own domains of what?
Of influence.
Their own domains of influence.
And reacted in highly individualistic ways to events.
Hold on. So it says they reacted in highly individualistic ways to events. Think about it, right? Whenever something happens in the world, like something big or something chaotic or a major death, you know what I'm saying? What's the first thing a normal person would do? They will go on their favorite celebrity or artist page to see what they got to say about it.
Right.
Because they're going to have their own individualistic view of that event.
Damn.
That's what they did in Egypt. The different gods and goddesses had their own individualistic views to these events. Go ahead.
Message. Each deity had their own area of expertise.
Each deity had their own area of expertise. Right? Meaning what? Some might have an expertise in humor. Some might have an expertise in seduction.
Damn.
You understand?
Right.
They had their own area of expertise. Go ahead.
But were often associated with several spheres of human life.
Read the next sentence.
Hathor, for example, was a goddess of music.
Hold on, whoa, wait a minute. So in Egypt, you had a goddess of music. Go ahead.
Dancing.
She was also a goddess of dancing.
And drunkenness.
And what?
And drunkenness.
So look, what you hearing, remember, the last ruling kingdom in the last days, Babylon the Great, is spiritually called Egypt. You understand? So you don't think we don't got a goddess of music?
Damn.
Just think about it. We gonna show her today. We gonna show y'all hate today. You understand?
So Cap, you know how they be doing. So now you got me thinking. You know, in hip hop industry and the rap and the entertainment, they be like, he's the king of pop. He's she's the princess of rap. She is this and that. That is the same thing they was basically doing in Egypt.
Exactly.
In fact, today we got social media. That was like it was like the same thing as what we do today.
Exactly.
Damn.
Get Ezekiel
Crazy.
20 and verse 7. So y'all can drop that and go ahead and go to the next
Come on
link.
now,
Read
dawg.
this scripture while y'all get the next link. Read that. 20 and 7.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 7.
Come on.
Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes,
Read.
and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt.
With the what?
With the idols of Egypt.
Because guess what? The Egyptians called them gods and goddesses, but God called them idols. Can we get that? Hold that. Get Psalms 96 verse 5. Because there is only one God to the Israelites. You understand? The people whom the Bible was written for, by, and to. We have one God, the Father. You understand? But these other nations, they have deities in whom they call gods, but God calls them something else. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations.
All the gods of the nations, including Egypt, read.
Are idols.
Are what?
Are idols.
Are what?
Are idols.
So go back to Ezekiel 20 and 7.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 7. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes,
Read.
and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt.
With the idols of Egypt. So the idols of Egypt back then, like for example, Hathor, goddess of music, dancing, and drunkenness. Just in that alone, you can see how she could defile you. You understand?
Right.
You would get like, remember, you know the scripture that say, Sirach 9 and 4. Get it real quick. Sirach chapter 9 verse 4. So just think about that combination of spirits: music, dancing, and drunkenness. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 4. Use not much company of a woman that is a singer.
That is a what?
That is a singer.
Read.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Because when you got that combination of music, if it's music, you're going to be dancing, right? It's the opposite sex, you're going to be drinking. What's going to happen? Attempts. Attempts at what? Fornication. You understand? So that's just an example. The idols of Egypt were set up to defile us, right? And first and foremost, going astray from our God.
Y'all better take heed to that.
Them for these things that they claim to have to offer. You understand? But also the different spirits that came with these idols. They would defile you. Right? Go back to Ezekiel 27. Finish it out.
Ezekiel 20 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes.
Come on.
And defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt.
Read.
I am the Lord, your God.
Right. So go ahead. Pull up the definition of idol. Pull up the definition of idol.
Idol. An image or representation of a god used as an object of worship.
Right, so an image or a representation of a god used as an object of worship. So that's talking about more so like a graven image, some of that sort, right? But now read the next definition.
A person or thing.
A person or thing that is what?
That is greatly admired, loved, or revered.
Right, greatly admired, loved, or revered. That is an idol. That is an idol. That is an idol. Guess what? Egypt had many idols. Babylon the Great, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, Egypt had 2,000. America, sheesh, go on Instagram. You understand?
Everywhere.
Thousands upon thousands of persons or things that are greatly admired, loved, or revered.
They call themselves influencers.
Yes. Read the synonyms though.
On the second one or the top one?
That one, the one we just read.
Okay. Hero, star, superstar.
Right. So a star or a superstar. Go ahead.
Icon, celebrity.
A what?
Celebrity.
A what?
Celebrity.
So what are the American idols? Because in Egypt, they were literal, would self-proclaimed gods and goddesses. In America, these idols are celebrities. You understand?
Stars.
Celebrities, superstars. You understand? So now, watch this. Matter of fact, get the link. I think I posted it late. Now, we say that Babylon is America, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, right? And we pull scriptures and we get a sense and we explain slavery, idols. It makes sense. But I guess you could just see, y'all, this on private interpretation.
Hey.
Right? But when you look on the back of a U.S. dollar, mind you, Egypt is on the continent of Africa, which is thousands of miles away from here, the opposite hemisphere.
Right.
You understand?
Everything.
Why in the hell do they have an Egyptian pyramid with an eye shining on the back of the dollar? And what is that? Let's pull that up real quick.
The Eye of Horus.
The
Eye of Horus is an ancient Egyptian symbol of regeneration, used in modern times as popular icon for the civilization, and is sometimes associated with occult beliefs.
With what?
With occult beliefs.
Go ahead.
Where does Eye of Horus come from? References to the Eye of Horus started to appear in English texts about ancient Egypt by at least the mid 1800s. In ancient Egypt, an ancient Egyptian myth, Horus was a powerful sky god in the form of a falcon, whose right eye was the sun and left eye was the moon.
Wow.
He lost his left eye in a fight with Seth, another god,
Go ahead.
who murdered Horus's father, Osiris.
Wow. Go ahead.
In one version of the story, the goddess Hathor restored Horus's eye, which Horus then offered to the slain Osiris, bringing him back to life.
Read.
Based on this myth, the Eye of Horus became a sacred symbol of regeneration.
A sacred symbol of what?
Regeneration, healing, protection, wholeness, and sacrifice.
And what?
And sacrifice.
And what?
And sacrifice in ancient Egypt.
So I want y'all to think about it, right? Because you can go ahead, go to them TikToks, play them TikToks. I want y'all to think about it, because when these musicians and actors and athletes, when they blow up, right, they always have a background story, and they come from places like you and I. They might come from the ghetto, they might come from a single parent household, you know, whatever the case may be. But for some odd reason, once because they're not doing this in a high school pictures that you look at that leak out on the internet for when they was still in school and they was with their old friends in the neighborhood and all of that. But for some reason, once they get fame, when they get exalted to a certain status, they start to do these things. We got to examine, what is this about? Play that. So you see the eye, you see them giving, covering one eye and also doing a pyramid to the eye. What they gonna
don't
do
it.
They gonna do the eye.
We ain't with them.
They gonna do the pyramid with the eye, with the pyramid itself, right? All of that is making reference to Egypt. What about Egypt? The god of Horus, right? The eye of Horus.
Right.
Why are they doing that? Play the next one real quick. Same thing. Play that. Many celebrities that do this. Right. So if you think this is just coincidental, they all just have a magical itch that causes them
to make the
to do that.
And stuff, yeah.
They never made a song together. They never, you know what I'm saying? They're not on the same, but they all just doing the same stuff in their pictures, on their album covers, on their magazine covers. They just all doing. It's not a coincidence. Go back to the Eye of Horus. Did y'all exit out? Whoa. Okay. Read based on this myth. Read that part again.
Based on this myth, the Eye of Horus became a sacred symbol of regeneration, healing.
What?
Healing.
Go ahead.
Protection.
So why do you think they doing? What are they giving reverence to when they do these things? In their spirit, they know. They paying homage and giving credence to the power source that put them on that pedestal.
The white man.
You understand?
Damn.
What is saying Ephesians 6? The rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. You understand? That's why they do those hand symbols and stuff, because they believe that the Eye of Horus is a symbol for protection. What else?
Wholeness. And sacrifice.
And what?
Sacrifice.
And sacrifice. We're going to get into that too.
That's on the white man. Protect them.
So you can get off of that. Now, y'all couldn't pull up their link, right? It wasn't working? Yes. Okay. Alright, so you ain't got to worry about it. But look, y'all, we gonna dive deeper into American idols, right? Basically, in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, it was so-called gods and goddesses that were idols, but they had personalities, they had fashion styles, they had certain things about them that would cause you to draw unto them, and some were bigger than others.
Right.
in America is celebrities.
Right.
You got A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities. You got big stars. You got up-and-coming stars. Some of them they known for this. Some they known for that. It's the same damn thing.
Right.
And they showing you by the symbols that they do the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of that is giving the same reverence to the same demons. Right. Let's get into that later. Let's get the reality radar real quick. All right. So we all know this sister right here. If you don't know, you finna find out. All right. So it's gonna play what she formerly was in the headlines for, and a thing that just happened the other day, which are related. She just took it to another level. All right, well, play that. I mean,
begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're
Like,
not looking.
what?
You're not even.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you. Yeah, like, that's
oh my
not
God,
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
But
that
when your radar's turned off,
right?
that
You're
can get
beautiful.
real
Don't
dangerous.
ever think for 1 minute that it ain't no some men out there looking at you like I wish. Honestly. And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband. And on.
Pause it. So what just played, right, when they had the picture on the screen, I don't know why they, well, I guess it wouldn't have, it was a podcast, I don't know why they didn't show the clip when she was talking, but, okay, so, she was talking, that was old, that was what, 2 years ago, something like that, a year or two ago, roughly,
like that, yeah.
So when you see the shirtless black guy walk on the screen, that's what just happened the other day. All right, and what made headlines is her reaction. She's still this man's wife, and they've already dealt with the backlash that come from her opening her whorish mouth concerning her wanting other men's attention. So she does this just the other day. Go back a few seconds. All right. Put that on the screen.
Knows that more than anybody. Your husband. And on.
Okay. So she on this show.
She belongs to the street.
And a shirtless, muscular black guy walk on the stage, and she reacts by pulling off her ring. Not jokingly, I guess you could assume, right? But she's pulling off her ring, and she's showing by her facial expressions that she's attracted, and she would risk it all. She would risk it all for this guy. She don't know him from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? And nothing, don't know what he do, don't know it. But based on his physical appearance, he got something to offer that her multi-million-dollar NBA legend that's still in the game playing husband is, I guess, not pleasing her sufficiently.
Damn, you dumb.
So look, get to Rock 26 real quick. So Rock 26. So this is yeah, read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 26. A woman that honoreth her husband.
Right, so the word honor means to respect, to reverence, right? So, at the end of the day, every man wants to be respected, period.
Right.
Especially by the wife, the one he vowed to take care of, to provide for, to protect. You understand? The least that she could do is honor him, right? So it says a woman that honoreth her husband, go ahead,
shall be judged wise of all.
Right, she's smart because by her honoring her husband, that's going to fuel her husband in continuing to provide and protect for her and to strive to be a good husband. Right? When your wife showing you honor and showing you reverence, don't it make you feel like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do for her. It's motivation to keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So a person on the outside will look at that and be like, she wise. She gonna fuel her husband to live joyfully with her. Right? Go ahead.
But she that dishonoreth him in her
But on
pride.
the flip side, she that dishonor, meaning disrespect, when you get on this type of platform, or when you're on national television and you're somebody's wife and you show obvious sexual interest in another man, that is one of the highest forms of disrespect that you could show to your husband. Right? So you got to think. Remember all this stuff that I'm saying about this guy. I said it multiple times. Multi-million, probably in the hundreds millions range, current NBA legend. You understand? A woman that honoreth her husband is judged wise about, oh, she's smart. That's how she gonna keep him. On the flip side, she that dishonor her husband. Think about it. You know how many women looking at her like, you stupid as hell.
She have
take
played
your man,
the whore.
And you acting like you want to take him and give me number 30. You understand? Give me some curry. I eat the curry up. You have to think how many women thinking that.
Damn you dumb.
And it don't matter what he can do anywhere else outside the court. Just being who he is on the court.
Boy, ain't no way.
They will be loyal and faithful and all that forever because they know what come with that lifestyle. You understand? So what in the hell would cause a wife that's that privileged carnally, right, to have a man that can provide all of these carnal, luxurious things in this lifestyle? What in the hell would cause her to dishonor her husband like that? Read that part again.
But she that dishonoreth her husband in her pride.
In her what?
In her pride.
And that's the problem. And then look at the company that she keeping on that panel, right?
That's the worst show in history. That show is the dumbest show. I don't understand.
That's what America. That's what Babylon the Great has done to our women in particular.
This is America.
You understand? Giving them a false sense of pride. I don't need no man. I'm independent. I do what I want. I ain't got submission. What? Cook and clean for you for the rest of my life? What about me? I got a life too. You understand? So that's why she think that it's perfectly fine for her to get on a podcast, to get on a radio station, to get on national television and profess that she not only desires sexual attention to be shown unto her by other men, but she will show in front of the world sexual desire for another man.
Damn you dumb.
Hey, Cap.
That's pride, man.
It just made me think, like, if she would do that in front of millions of people on the internet, what is she gonna do when she by herself?
Exactly.
She with her friends, the ladies.
When she with her friends, nobody see it, no
with a
cameras
little
on
drink
her.
in her system.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
She going.
She have played the whore.
Going. Finish that out.
Shall be counted ungodly of all.
Shall be kind of ungodly about, even in the world. And then you see that in the comments and stuff like that. It's black women, ebony women, that's calling her stupid. Why? Because look at the type of man that you got and look at your conduct. You dishonoring him. You making him ashamed. You understand?
He gotta sit around his boys.
Now he could probably ignore it and put his headphones in and go dribble and shoot basketball in the gym all day, right? And not care. You understand? But when he get in the locker room,
reality hits.
You know what I'm saying?
The boys looking at him like
people will lose respect for him outside of the game.
Damn.
Based on what his wife get out here and do on TV and on the radio and all of that. People will lose respect for him as a man. You understand? But she don't give a damn about that.
Hell no.
She dishonoring him in her pride. Go to Hebrews 13 real quick. And then I'm passing over. Hebrews 13:4. Go ahead.
You know who that remind me of? Tyler Perry had this movie called Temptation. And the sister had a good husband.
Yeah.
And she went out and slept with the man and she ended up with AIDS.
Yep.
Yes.
That's something that'll happen to the Most High passed judgment on that sister and she'll end up with something like that.
Right. Watch, we finna read about that. Read that. 4.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Come on.
Marriage is honorable.
So marriage is honorable, right? Now, we just read about a woman that honor her husband and a woman that dishonor her husband, right? So marriage is honorable when it's kept according to God. When a man and a wife agrees together. Agrees what? That we should obey the Lord, right? The man as the head, the woman as the help meet for him. In that, marriage is honorable because that's the foundation of a strong nation, right? When a man and a woman get married, they reproduce. You understand? Which births the next generation, which keeps the world going and evolving. That's an honorable thing in the sight of the Lord. Go ahead.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
Read.
But whoremongers.
But what?
Whoremongers.
Read.
And adulterers.
And what?
And adulterers. God will judge.
God will judge. So you gotta understand that wicked desire to go outside of your marriage. You understand? To desire sexual attention from other men or to give sexual attention to other men. That's a dangerous game. Cause now you straddling the fence on ending up being judged by God. You understand? Like the brother just mentioned about the movie Temptation. If you give in to that temptation, your ass can end up with a situation, a ituation,
right?
That would never go away. But watch this. Keep reading.
Verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness.
So this is not the next verse after marriage for no reason. You understand? When you married, especially, your conversation has to be without covetousness. When you read Exodus 20 and 17, one of the first things it mentioned is, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Right? And it's written in masculine form. So thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's spouse. That's one of the first things mentioned dealing with the commandment of thou shalt not covet. You understand? If that's in your conversation, that's already dishonorable. You understand? That's dishonorable.
Right.
Because for you to not be afraid to speak it, like Officer said, if the temptation come the wrong way, you're going to do it. You're going to give in. And you'll end up being judged by God. God said, let your conversation be without covetousness. Go ahead.
And be content with such things as ye have.
And she got a lot to be content with. NBA megastar, American Idol.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Man.
Damn you dumb.
You understand? But you know how Adam was a god on the earth, right?
Right.
Eve, she wanted to be on that same. He getting all these likes, he getting all this attention. What about me?
Damn.
And the serpent came. You know you can be on his same level, right?
A Negro.
What? That's the same thing that happened to her. Right? She got tricked by that spirit. She getting on these shows, she getting on TV, and it's like it's cool that she can do this when people on the outside like, she better be careful.
Man.
Cause she gonna lose. Well, I don't know. He probably ain't signed no prenup. I don't know. And how much she probably like, I can't lose. Cause if he do cut me off.
You know he like, he's.
Hey, I don't know, bro.
Y'all better take heed to
That's
that.
the reality radar. When we come back, we're gonna get into the topic. But don't go nowhere. We're gonna be right back with more on
Let's Talk Truth. World domination, always on my mind. Only complication, that's my type of time. Looking for salvation, better be the try. 12 by 12,000, can you multiply? I do not deal with these regular human beings. I can roll with the gods, they scripture slinging. Got the angels singing, with the sinner repeating. They slaying demon, ain't no deeper meaning this life, boy. Raising up the Israelites, boy. All one in Christ, bills. Better not get this twisted. Gotta see my mission. Follow my leadership vision. The law how we make a decision. High mind, hard body profits. God talk, got the earth rocking. Doctor killers quit to get it popping. You'll never be able to stop it. Watch this.
12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes. In my head, dreams of Edom dying. This they proving want that smoke. Sons of thunder, bring that fire. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate. Better be sure I'ma eat it. He told me go out to the sheep, and you better know I'ma feed him. Yeah, 12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes.
You better move if you ain't got work for the kingdom. Pass me my sword so I can go ham. Cooking the pig on a demon. I think twice before I speak. You know them niggas be scheming. Foundation built on a rock. Then we gon' drop it on Edom, and who would've thought we would win it? If we fell back from the Senate, plenty oil in my lamp. But y'all like song check engine. My God black like Wesley. Why these niggas keep trying to test me? I got a heart and it's full of aggression. They get them to go just like Messi. Go to gates without naming and hit it. If they don't like it, be hit them. Break them to pieces and shred them. Make sure they know that it's pressure. You want the truth? Well, here's the lecture. Doctor get bodies for one called a stretcher. Look for the king to come from the heavens. 12 like 1 plus 11. Go.
Yeah, 12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes. In my head, dreams of Edom dying. This they proving want that smoke. Sons of thunder, bring that fire. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate. Better be sure I'ma eat it. He told me go out to the sheep, and you better know I'ma feed him. Yeah, 12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes.
Dry bone from the neck to the hip to the thigh bone. Ain't no belly too dry, we gon' rise on them. It's the body of Christ is alive on it. Thinking you holding the secret. Cat out the bag, you can stop it, we seen it. Blacks and Hispanics were born for the kingdom. You tried to mislead them, them lies that you tell us gon' cost you your freedom. We want the smoke, we challenge you. Boots on the ground, we alive and we standing up. Today I got time, we pressing you. We ain't gon' stop at your time, we got stamina. How you gon' stop what we know? My people been mad, they won't smoke. This get back gon' keep us afloat. And these scriptures is murder, she wrote. Whoa, used to be blind, now I can see with my mind. Scriptures, they open my eyes, and now it's just pressure. My people about it, we really out here to promise, don't let you know. We got next, we the best, we won't roll. How they gon' stop us when we got the ghost? Holy smokes.
Yeah, 12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes. In my head, dreams of Edom dying. This they proving want that smoke. Sons of thunder, bring that fire. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate. Better be sure I'ma eat it. He told me go out to the sheep, and you better know I'ma feed him. Yeah, 12 by 12, Israel on the rise. Represent, this one for the tribes.
Welcome back to
Let's Talk Truth. Had a mic crisis there. I'm sorry. All praise to the Most High. But look, y'all already know, man. It's the Truth About Babylon Part 4.
Yes.
American Idols. All right, we giving a sense on how today's time is a modern day reflection of Egyptian gods and goddesses. Right before our eyes, right on our phone screens, right on our TV, right? And this proves who the modern day Babylon the Great is, because Babylon the Great is spiritually called Egypt. Alright? But before we get into the topic, we got one more little segment.
I'm about to say, I thought this segment we doing now was this last one, because that's the same.
Nah. What's the name of the segment, y'all? What the hell is this? Oh my God!
Come on now, dog.
What the hell is this?
So we don't got the sound bite. Okay. I'll
Hell no.
Alright, so what the hell is this, right? As our mighty Bishop Nathaniel says often, things that make you go, what the hell is this? Alright? So this right here made the cut for the week. Play that video.
Nigger! Go
She's back from 6 donuts, sir. Someone just knock her straight off. No, she needs to get knocked off.
What are you doing? We're doing what you're doing.
This bitch crazy.
Bitch.
That's scary as fuck. Come on,
Esau came back to
Man,
their
what the
senses.
hell
The hell
is
is
this?
this?
She got the perk.
She did
Okay.
not
What Percocet.
This remind me. Go to Acts 19. This remind me of this right here.
It's Karen off-breed, man.
So I got some stuff I want to say, but I don't want to
Oh,
say.
do it.
Uh-oh.
Bring it down.
Well, this story here, Acts 19, read
Trying
verse
to get you on the
16.
strike, man.
The book of Acts chapter 19 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
And the man in whom the evil spirit was leapt on them.
So obviously, she's a grown woman, right?
Right.
Surely she didn't make it through life. Like that's not her. You know what I'm saying? Like, surely she has a job. She probably has a vehicle, a home. You know what I'm saying?
Got a job at least.
Right. She, So in that video, you know how niggas be like, "I'm out my body," right?
Right.
She was obviously
Out though.
Out of it.
she was all the way out there. You know what I'm saying? And she had the demon within her manifested. You understand? And that evil spirit caused her. Read that again.
And the man in whom the evil spirit was leapt on them.
Right. So certain evil, you can have an evil spirit on you that'll cause you to be violent. You understand? So she, not only is she screaming out, "Nigger!" and all that, but she attacking niggas. You know what I'm saying? She running up on niggas, throwing stuff at them, stuff like that. And in the Bible, you see that. Now, in this case, it's a different context. They was acting like they was Paul and them, but they was sorcerers and, whatever. But whatever the case may be, is the Bible is showing us that demons, evil spirits within you can cause you to act violently. You understand? That's what you see on the video. Finish it out.
And overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of their house naked and wounded.
Now the black woman slapped the shit out of her, so she didn't prevail against her. You understand? She didn't run. She popped her. She fell back. You know what I'm saying? She fell back and said, "Nigga!"
She touched that lip.
So she hit her hard enough to knock the demon up out of her, but it made the demon retreat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to understand something as well. Like, two things, okay? One, in general, right? You know what I'm saying? But especially for us, to whom the commandments are given, the danger of drunkenness. And we know that this is a heathen, right? But get that in Proverbs 23. Thy mouth shall utter perverse. 23, I think it's 30. Start at 29. Watch this.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 29.
Come on.
Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling?
Who have what?
Babbling.
Babbling. Read.
Who hath wounds without cause?
So wait a minute, cause her mouth was bloody, right?
Yep.
In the morning, there's gonna be a wound.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a scab. You understand? And it's without cause. Go ahead.
Who hath redness of eyes?
So who has all these things? Read.
They that tarry long at the wine.
So obviously this hoe was drunk. You understand? But when you tarry long at the wine, you will wake up with these many side effects. You understand? You're going to be babbling. You're going to be this and this, so on and so forth, contentions, right? And you're going to wake up with all type of bruises, scabs, missed calls. You know what I'm saying? The long-ass text messages. You don't know what the hell happened.
Right.
You don't know what the hell didn't happen. That's proof. Like they call the liquor stores what? Wine and spirits. Right?
Message.
That's proof. When you get full of that drink, an evil spirit will take over you. Why do you think most of these parties where people drink at, why do a lot of club nights end with fights?
Gunshots.
It's like the X night, the evil spirit will cause you to get violent. You understand?
Right.
That's what be going on. And the Bible talks about that. When you tarry long at the wine, it come with contentions and come with babbling. Go ahead.
They that go to seek mixed wine,
Look
not thou upon the wine when it is red,
Read.
when it giveth his color in the cup,
Read.
when it moveth itself aright.
Right.
At the last it biteth like a serpent,
Uh-huh.
and stingeth like an adder.
Go ahead.
Thine eyes shall behold strange women,
Read.
and thine heart shall utter perverse things.
That bottom part. Read that part again.
And thine heart shall utter perverse things.
That's what we saw happen with the Edomite woman, right? Her heart uttered perverse things.
That's a fire piece of paper.
Right.
Right? That's what happened. That's the dangers of drunkenness. When she woke up I guarantee you,
Somebody woke up in jail.
she had no idea she done none of that. If it wasn't for the footage, you wouldn't have been able to convince her that she was screaming nigger and running up on niggas.
Right. I didn't do this stuff.
Guarantee.
I got black
Hey, Cal, this
friends.
the thing. That liquor, it bring out what you already felt.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get to that. Right. This the thing. So like you say, your heart shall utter perverse things. It doesn't plant the perverse things in you. It doesn't cause the perverse things in you, right? But the perverse things in you that you know that you would never speak on, that you may fight to suppress,
Right.
or to purge out, right? But they're there, you battle with them. But you have enough discipline when you're sober for these things to not come out. It's like when we was dealing with the Aisha Curry, right? When you drunk, that's why the scriptures say, sit not with another man's wife at the wine. Cause you may be battling with lust, and you don't want to lust after your neighbor's wife. But, she attractive. You know, it is what it is. And y'all sitting around each other drinking, guess what? You wouldn't do that as a brother. You know better than that. But you put them spirits in you. You understand? And it will utter those perverse things. You'll get to telling her how you feel. You understand? Yeah, but so you telling me 8 months ago. Y'all know we know.
Yo.
You understand? The Bible is real. You understand? But the point, like you getting at, now get Wisdom of Solomon 12 in verse 10. What the officer getting at, the drink don't pull out of you or cause you to utter things that wasn't already within. But you knew better than to utter these things, right? What a lot of people don't realize about the so-called white man and woman, all of them feel this way. And when I say this way, I mean that the so-called black man and black woman are beneath them. They're less than, and they are a disturbance of their American peace, right? And there's something about when they see a black man or a black woman that irks their soul, and inwardly they're like, nigga! But what they do is, hey pal, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But inwardly they feel just like her.
Damn.
Like I gotta share a workplace with this nigga. I gotta share a water fountain with this nigga. I gotta share a bathroom. I gotta share a bus. That I'm giving you the levels. You know what I'm saying? How it all started. Cause about 70 years ago, we was in two different worlds.
Damn.
Now that we integrated and assimilated and all that, now we in the same places. We got to touch the same doors and all that. It's like, it was coming out. The civil rights movement, the PTSD from niggas finally overcoming and being able to go to the same, all that built up frustration came out with the drink. I'm telling you.
Damn.
Read what you got.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Come on.
But executing thy judgments upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance.
Gave them opportunity to change. Go ahead.
Not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation.
They a naughty generation. Read.
And that their malice was bred in them.
Their malice, their evil was bred in them. It's in their genes. It's in their DNA.
That's a fire
to be
precept
evil
right there.
towards us. Go ahead.
And that their cogitation,
their thoughts, their inward thoughts, go ahead,
would never be changed.
They would never change.
Damn.
But now, after so many years of having to suppress them for the purpose of, professionalism and, just being cordial in everyday society, you won't see this as often. But it come out when you got the drink involved. You understand?
Right.
You get around, and some of y'all brothers and sisters know, because a lot of y'all used to party with them. Y'all was that one black person on American Pie. A lot of y'all came from that life. You understand? Y'all was doing that. Y'all was going to the Project X's and all that. They chug, all that, right? And y'all know damn well y'all let a lot of nigger jokes slide.
Damn.
You understand? Because when they get to drinking, they utter those perverse things. This is facts. So what she did, and she had another level demon on her, a violent demon on her. You understand? But it's really not a shocker. It's not a surprise. I'm telling you, believe it or not, every so-called Caucasian, unless they appear Caucasian, but they really the seed of Israel, right? Every descendant of Esau, a true descendant from the Caucasus Mountains, every last one of them feel this way about you. Nigga!
Even if they married to
every single one of them. But, whatever she drunk, Get that in their system somehow, and I guarantee you, they gonna utter some type of, maybe not on that level, but understand they all think that. Trust me.
Hey, they called.
But that's your today's what the hell is this? All right. So now we gonna get into the topic. So watch this, y'all. Get Romans 9 real quick and read verse 13, then jump. The topic is the truth about Babylon, part 4, American Idols. And we showing how Egypt had thousands of gods and goddesses. America is no different, right? They actually exponentially on the same thing, in the form of celebrities and other things as well, persons and things, right? But it's not only dealing with the entertainers, the actors, but also athletes, politicians, so on and so forth. But Egypt always had a Pharaoh. You understand?
Right.
So read that, Romans 9:13.
The book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Now read verse 16.
Verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh.
Unto who?
Unto Pharaoh.
Unto Pharaoh. So why is he going into this after he just mentioned Esau? Because the spiritual Egypt, Babylon the Great, who is Babylon? Psalms 137. Edom is the daughter of Babylon. You understand? Esau would be raised up just as Pharaoh was raised up by the Lord. Go ahead.
Even for this same purpose.
Even for what?
This same purpose.
Not because God loved him, because it just said that God hated him. But it's telling you the purpose that God raised up Pharaoh, or that God raising up Esau as Pharaoh. Go ahead.
Have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee?
That I may what?
Show my power in thee.
Read.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
So how did God show his power in Pharaoh? By constantly embarrassing Pharaoh. Everybody feared Pharaoh and thought Pharaoh was the, you know, he had the power, he had the wizards and the magicians, he could destroy any nation that came against him. But God's power was superior to those of the wizards and the magicians, so on and so forth. God gonna do the same thing with the so-called white man.
That's right.
And the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the military, and which has all of these military weapons that are made from really low-key wizardry and witchcraft and magic. You understand? God gonna do the same thing to them. But in the process, remember, get Isaiah 30 real quick. In the meantime, before the Lord destroy this man and bring him down, while he's still exalted as Pharaoh, guess what? The Israelites would do this. Isaiah 30 and 2.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
To do what?
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Because guess what? Pharaoh, because all these so-called gods and goddesses, right? They were, you know, they had graven images of them and paintings and hieroglyphics, whatever. But the Pharaoh in the land of Egypt would be the living God amongst them. They reverenced Pharaoh as a god on the earth in the land of Egypt whenever the Pharaoh was reigning. You understand? You had Israelites that would go, instead of going to the Most High God, the God of Israel, they would go to strengthen themselves in Pharaoh. Put their faith, in other words, in Pharaoh. Today's Pharaoh is the president of the United States of America. So what you finna see is a prime example of an American idol and a bugged out Israelite in the midst of idolatry. All right?
Damn.
Read, or the bugged out Israelites. Play that.
That we stand behind Donald J. Trump. Yes, we do, baby. Yes. Yes. We support Donald J. Trump. Yes. And we endorse Donald J. Trump. And he's going to be our next president of these United States. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I love women.
Notice, she got the same spirit. She got the Sunday morning spirit.
Hey.
She got the church spirit. Yes. They do the same thing when they praise and white Jesus, because they honor the commander-in-chief white man over America the same exact way. As Jesus. As a God, as an idol. Alright, keep playing.
The silent majority has spoken, baby. Yes, we've spoken. Don't get it twisted. That's right. Tell him to build that wall. Now listen, he gonna put that wall up. Yes, he is. He gonna build that wall. He gonna build it. And he gonna build it tall. He gonna build it tall.
Bars.
And it's gonna
Oh my
Keep
God.
reading. I said bars. I ain't
protect
say
us all. He gonna protect us all.
bars.
We don't want this country to fall, do we? No, we don't.
Bars.
Build that wall, Donald J. Trump. Build that wall.
Can we please get the shut up
She
sound
said he gonna build this wall. It's gonna protect us all. You don't want us to fall, do we?
Huh?
Bars.
This should have been
Listen,
on.
Ain't no way, boy.
like the scriptures say, we are made we are shaking in the head. You understand? They laugh at. We are laughed at by our enemies because of this type of behavior. But did the Bible say we strengthen ourselves in the strength of Pharaoh? That's why we got this avid faith and admiration for the scum of the earth, the basest man that God created.
And he know in his mind, he like, I didn't tell him to do it.
Damn.
He all innocent.
Hey, I didn't pay them to come up here.
Look, they just here.
I mean,
like these niggas,
just a couple, maybe $150.
Right. These niggas just walked on stage and said this. I didn't make them say it. Like,
yeah, gave him $150. I mean, that's nothing to me.
Hey, you know that stuff is a joke. That is a joke.
But that's American. That's an American Idol right there. That's one of the main ones. Let's go to the next thing. So you got.
Hey, can I get
you got politics. That's one main American form of idolatry. You understand? Just like, remember we read about the Egyptian gods and goddesses. They had different areas of influence. You understand?
Right.
And it's the same thing. So in politics, you would idolize or vote for it, or get the stickers all on your car and on your house in support of these particular. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what they was doing for Donald Trump. What you was finna say?
I got a precept.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, Maccabees 1 verse 11. Because it's the same thing right here, like in past time, and just going into when they went and followed all the customs of the heathens. The same thing. And every time Donald Trump get ready to run, he always bring a dumb black person, whether they're a male or a female, to come speak for him.
Right.
And this is what we see. Read that.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Well, women, what we just seen, come on.
Who persuaded many, saying,
Uh-huh.
let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Vote for Donald Trump. He gonna build a wall.
Damn you,
So we won't fall. This is what they were saying. These people wicked as hell. Come on.
That are round about us.
Uh-huh.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Since we left the Republican Party, the Democrats been putting sorrow on us. They ain't been passing nothing we wanted. This is what they're saying. This is how people did it in the past. They made a covenant with the heathens. And the Bible said these are wicked men. This is what we witnessing right here.
That's a fire
Hey,
precept
so
right there.
go to the next video. So this gonna tie into what we just saw towards the end of this clip, but it's also going into your celebrities outside of, now mind you, what happened with Donald Trump was a very it was a satanic chess move. You merged a celebrity into the politic realm. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
So that was a crazy time. That's we went through the
Evolving.
like the most wicked time that we witnessed with the COVID. We never seen nothing like that in our generations. You understand? With everybody walking, we still affected by that to this day. That was the energy, that was the vibrations in the earth when that man was exalted. You understand? But he's gonna go into celebrities and basically the purpose of them being exalted on the level that they are, what that's really about. All right, play that.
Who evolved when all of us lived thousands of years ago? We looked to the most successful member of the tribe, the one who was older, the one that everybody revered. He was the best hunter. He was the smartest warrior. He was the one with the scars on his face that had survived battle, and he could relay to you the lessons of a life well lived. This is what I learned. This plant's poisonous. That snake will kill you. And all of this stuff now gets relayed to someone who's on a giant screen. Now we see Brad Pitt. His head is 20 feet tall. There's music playing when he talks. His lines are all carefully constructed by a team of writers. And we get sucked into it like he's a real hero. And we do that for anybody that gets attention, whether it's Kim Kardashian or Taylor Swift. We see these people, and millions of people are paying attention to them, so we assume that there's some quality behind everything that they're saying. There's something special.
Pause. So I want y'all to analyze this, right? What he's saying is human nature throughout time, throughout history, whoever, like when you read in Deuteronomy about when he was setting up the judges, take them that are known among your tribes. You know what I'm saying? You had to have a certain spirit to be exalted as a leader, right? And that was earned. Your works, your reputation preceded you based on your works, your deeds, your might.
Right.
What happens today is that it's not necessarily earned, it's created, it's manufactured, it's engineered. Somebody can come out of nowhere and be all on your TV screen and all on your phone, and your mind automatically gives them this reverence as if there's somebody special and somebody of worth, right? Because they're on this pedestal that was created by the so-called white man. So they understand that that happens naturally psychologically. Because I'm a person, that's a person, but I work at Walmart. He's on TV. So that means there's something about him that's better than me, of higher worth than myself. But whole time, somebody writing everything that he's saying. Right. Somebody painted their face that you seeing, ain't they face when they wake up in the morning?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all type of edits and all type of. That person is a puppet, but they know psychologically you're going to like the scriptures say about the rich man, right? They extolled it to the clouds. You see him on that certain platform, and your mind goes to obeisance. You consider what they say above the average man or woman.
Right.
So society, the spiritual wickedness in high places, when they want certain messages to be portrayed throughout the earth, certain trends of evil to be created, who are they going to use? These empty vessels, these regular or vile human beings. They will exalt them and use them to push this, and your mind is going to subconsciously hearken because of that nature that we have to listen to that person that's exalted.
Damn.
In past time, they earned that exaltation. In today's time, it's whomsoever he will. You understand? Whoever willing to worship him, you're going to get that spot. Keep reading. Keep playing.
About them. But there's not. It's a biological trick that it's perpetrated through, and this is not by a grand conspiracy, but through media, through being able to put them on a YouTube screen or on a television or a laptop or wherever you're digesting it, and the knowledge that when you're watching a clip where Kanye West is talking about running for president, and you look down at the number and it says, oh my God, 24 million people have watched this, and there's 15,000 thumbs up. What the And this is the world that we're living in today. So you say, well, it must be, God, Kanye's going to win. Kanye's going to win. And this is exactly how Donald Trump got into office. We have a popularity contest to see who becomes president, and we have the very first ever popular person enter a popularity contest. A guy who is a long-time media personality who knew very well how to manipulate that. He was charismatic. He's a bold speaker. He's not afraid to piss people off. He knows he has a bunch of people that like what he has to say, and he can rile them up. And this is what's strange about taking the word of celebrities over the word of professors or of public intellectuals or of people that have actually carefully considered all these things that they're discussing and have a lot of information. And they're basing these conclusions and these statements on a long history of research. And this is not what you're going to get from Kanye. He's a guy who doesn't even read. He doesn't read.
So what he's saying is, in this society, what has happened is, you have people that are actual scholars that read books and dedicate themselves to hours of research to build expertise in certain areas. But that's not who you look to for answers and guidance. And for leadership, you look to celebrities.
Indeed.
You look to those who have a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of views, a certain status, and they could have zero expertise. They could be a pure idiot. But you are hard because of that biological trick. You understand? I'm telling you that thing. But that's the society that we live in. Play the next clip. All right. So now, what you finna see before we play that? Can we the clip? I mean the Google link before the last thing I seen. Yep, read that real quick.
Stan, an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity.
So in this society, you have a lot of stans, right? People now, these are zealous idol worshippers, right? Stans. Eminem is based on a song Eminem made, right? And it's coined as an actual term now. All right, when you're overly obsessive of a particular celebrity or idol. So now go to the video. So this shows the psychological effect. This is how this current generation obsesses and feels. They feel a personal affinity to complete strangers based on whatever it is that scratches your itch. Whether it's you into politics, you into sports, you into music, whatever that thing is, if you draw, they got that thing that draws you in, you become obsessive on a certain level to where you get offended at people speaking evil of them, like you should be about God.
Right.
You understand? Play that video.
Motherfuckers in school telling me always in a barber shop, Chief Keef ain't about this, Chief ain't about that. My boy a BD on fucking Lamron and them. They say don't be nigga putting on no work. Shut the fuck up! Y'all niggas ain't no shit! All you motherfuckers talking about Chief Keef ain't no hitter, Chief Keef ain't this, Chief Keef a fake. Shut the fuck up! Y'all don't live with that nigga. Y'all know that nigga got caught with a ratchet. Shooting at the police and shit. Nigga been on probation since fucking, I don't know when. Motherfuckers, stop fucking playing them like that. Them niggas savages out there. If I catch another motherfucker talking sweet about Chief Keef, I'm fucking beating their ass.
Alright, so think about it. Think about it, right? He never met Chief Keef a day in his life. Chief Keef has done nothing for this young man. You understand? And he's willing to beat a nigga ass.
Damn.
For saying that Chief Keef ain't about what he be rapping about.
Damn.
That's the society. And this was 10 years ago. This was 10 years ago. Now go. Let's get the next one. Let's get the more modern day stands. Look, play the video. This really what's going on with these youngsters out there.
Let's go. Put on some fucking bitch, I'm lit. Alright. $1 million worth of cars, no lease, no rent. I'm only 20, can't nobody tell me shit. I'm fine. Cross the line, I lose my mind, I bust that iron. Look, put the toe, I'm trapping in a buzz. I got pounds in this bitch. I got hoes running in and I'm sign minutes. I go by young boy and I tip you up from talking shit. These niggas bitches and I know that thing.
Look, so all the movements is based on live videos that he did on Instagram Live, little video clips of people around him, like just around him, recording him, like how he stand, how he walk around, stuff like that. And that attracts people for some odd reason.
Nasty.
The way he walked, the way he talked, the way it's so abnormal.
Right.
This is what it evolved to. You understand? Get the next video. Anyway, it's not just drill rappers, right? Remember I told y'all we was gonna show y'all Hathor. All right, play that.
Of the event to find out where the idea came from to mix Beyonce with the Bible.
The event was born out of a class that I teach called Beyonce in the Hebrew Bible. So I walked them through this process of thinking about how the music of Beyonce helped us have conversations about Black women and how we worship and our spirituality.
So talk me through how you analyze a song like Falls and All for your students.
She has this ambiguous audience, right, in the song. Maybe it's Jay-Z, maybe it's her fans. But I love it when she says, you know, I'm a train wreck.
I'm a train wreck in the morning. I'm a bitch in the afternoon.
Right?
I'm a bitch in the afternoon.
Every now and then, without warning, I can be really mean to you.
Right.
I can be really mean toward you.
So what we do in the worship service is we make that about a conversation that we would have with God. So if you imagine that as a prayer to God, how many...
I don't know why you love me.
And that's why I love you. Right? I neglect you when I'm working. Yep, we all do that. Right? So it's really about naming black female spirituality is embodied in that song.
The Lord be with you.
So with you.
Lift up your hearts.
Lift them up to the Lord.
We live in a world where a mostly male church debates whether or not women should be ordained, but Jesus chose Mary of Nazareth, a woman of color.
All right, y'all get off of this. So y'all get the point, right? This is the Church of Beyonce. What they do is they use Beyonce's songs to empower themselves in their feminism, and that's how they praise God. Like you that's some.
They praise her.
Right, they praise her.
But
But they saying it like the things that she's saying in her song, this is the conversation that I would have with God. So we're going to sing her songs instead of the Psalms and the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's how they perverted the worship of God through making Beyonce there. Like that's you also got what they call a beehive, right?
Yes.
Beyonce's stands. If you're a stan of Beyonce, you have a community called the Beehive community. Megan Thee Stallion, which is a woman, by the way, even though a stallion is a male horse, she has the hotties.
Oh.
What you say?
Stables.
Nicki Minaj.
It's a joke.
Brother. Nicki Minaj has the Barbies, the Barbs. You understand? So on and so y'all get the gist, right? Different. That stands have become normal. The stand is the new fan. When you overly obsessed over somebody, that is becoming normal. And they have whole communities. If you're a fan of a certain artist, whatever the case may be, you fit into your own community, your own identity. That's the same thing that was going on in ancient Egypt. Why? Because this land is spiritual Egypt, full of American idols. And what are these idols used to do? To ultimately all contribute in the perpetuation of Satan's agenda. To influence the children of Israel to remain in sin so they can remain in power. Go to Revelation 18. Revelation chapter 18. Let's start at verse 21. Dealing with Babylon.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 21.
Bring
And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
So the great city Babylon, which is spiritually called Egypt, will be thrown down. Right? Go ahead.
And the voice of harpers and musicians.
Wait a minute. So showing because the large portion of the American idols are musicians. You understand?
Right.
Y'all all right?
Because humans, we feel like we can't do nothing without putting a little music
That's
on.
the TV show.
But we become attached. So now we get into the personal lives of these musicians, and we want to emulate not just their music, but their life that they showed to you through the lens of social media.
Damn.
You understand? So a part of what's being destroyed, what's going to be destroyed with Babylon, is your damn Chief Keef, your damn Chris Brown, your damn Megan Thee Stallion, your damn City Girls. All these people that you idolize gonna be destroyed. They gotta be destroyed.
Right. That's right.
So read again.
And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters.
Right, that's them producers that make them hard ass beats.
Man.
There you
right there, the flute.
Timberlands.
There you hook. You don't even know what the hell. You don't know what young boy said. You don't know what the hell that nigga said on that song.
You can't make this stuff.
But it's the beat. God said not only the musicians, the voice, but the damn harpers, the damn trumpeters, the musicians. You understand? The instrumental makers. Go ahead.
Shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Shall be what?
Heard no more at all in thee.
So when Christ come back, ain't no more NBA young boy.
That's right.
We ain't gonna hear no more bout. We ain't gonna hear that no more.
Stop it.
Unless it's in righteousness. You understand? But them certain instruments got certain vibrations this of Satan. We literally ain't gonna hear some of them instruments no more. We might not hear the 808 no more. Don't they say that do something with the lower chakra or something? It got like a demonic type of
There's certain demonic sounds, like you know how you got dark sounds. Like
I'm just messing, bro. I'm just playing. But the point is, these musicians that have been exalted as idols, right? That have penetrated the minds of the people to cause them to do evil. That's a big part of America's agenda. You understand? God is going to destroy that. God is going to destroy those that's wrapped up in that. Go ahead.
Verse 22
You ain't finished.
Yeah. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Right. So that's going to be destroyed along with Babylon. So all praise to the Most High.
Oh, praise.
You understand? These American idols going to be destroyed. So that's why it's read verse 4.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you be not partakers of her sins. How do we become partakers of her sins? Because we not only start to listen to the music, but we follow the music. We follow the musician. You understand?
Right.
And through that, we become partakers of the sinful agenda. What they pushing through the music, what they pushing through the image of the musician. You partake in those things. That's why drill has taken our communities all over the world. You understand? We can't be partakers with that. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Because if you do partake in that, you going to receive of her plagues. That violent destruction, you going to be a victim thereof.
Message.
Understand that. If you wrapped up in that, you going to be a victim of that violent destruction that's coming to Babylon. All right? So that's all I got. All right, so with that, Israel, Lord's willing, you'll see us back next week with more on Let's Talk Truth.